Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here. Let's talk some mountain weather, and we are under high pressure here across the Intermountain West, including all of Colorado. We're high and dry. I just don't have anything new. That's a live view from Loveland Ski Area where you can see the shadows starting to already become a factor. That sun's going to set within the next hour. I don't have anything new until after about 11:30 into 12:01 and beyond. So we've got at least 2 more days of high pressure to contend with. Here are my bullet points. So western ridge of high pressure, 1127 through 1129. Then a new pattern starts to settle in with both jet streams becoming active. We're going to see some southern track storms, and we're going to see some stuff come in on the polar jet as well through 12/6. Utah snow, Colorado, and Wyoming all on the same timeline. The moisture starts to trickle in late on the 30th into 12/1 through about 12/4. So as we get closer to that time frame, that period of time, I'll drill down on what days appear the snowiest with best accumulation. But right now, it's a wide berth as far as all of that goes. So here we are. I'm going to take you back. Let me show you what the water vapor satellite imagery shows. So this is key. This first low pressure, you can see it spinning right here off the coast of California. That's going to become the high pressure ridge breaker, like a breaker bar. It's going to drop south and take a southern track like this. So that'll undercut the high, dislodge it. And it's not big. It's not a big high pressure, but we need something to come in and replace it. And then there's action behind it. We're going to get, so we've got some action on the southern branch. We've got the northern branch up here firing away as well. So both jets will become active after 11:30 into 12:1. Here's the forecast radar and satellite. So tomorrow morning, high and dry all the way through 28 and into 29. Then we start to see some changes. Look at the low hitting California. Now, it's very weak, but it drops south and drops down through Arizona, New Mexico, southern Utah, southern Colorado. So it starts to undercut the ridge, dislodges it a bit, opens the door for more activity to hit the west coast. And there it is, 11:30 into 12:1. So at this point, we have another low dropping down through California, and it's also going to drop down through the southern tier and take a southern track. You can see that snow hitting the Four Corners. And then there's another low hitting the Pacific Northwest and BC. Here we are on 12:1 in the afternoon. Here we are in 12:2, so another wave coming out of the Pacific Northwest. So both jets are active, and there we are by the end of the day on 12:2. So once things start to go active, it tilts active, we get a fair amount of energy that slides in to the Intermountain West. Let me take you back and show you the jet pattern here. 11:29. So by the time we get into 11:29, you can see there's an area of low pressure tracking down through Arizona, southern Utah, New Mexico, southern Colorado. That's our ridge dislodger, ridge breaker. Here we are on 12:1, a more significant jet pattern with energy and moisture hitting the Pacific Northwest and BC, but also a trough of low pressure. It's brief, it's a short wave, coming through Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Colorado, New Mexico. You can see that dip. And then even further down the road, this is 12/6, looks like another short wave dropping through California and the Pacific Northwest. Nonetheless, what's going to happen here is we're going to see a fair amount, quite a bit of moisture up through BC and the Pacific Northwest. And what will happen is then these break loose and these storms then move through the Intermountain states. That's the way all this is going to play out. So totals, nothing through the 29th. High pressure, absolutely nothing. Second period, though, look at that. So we go from 0 to hero here by the time we go to 11:30 to 12/6. So everybody gets a little something. Looking at almost 2 feet in the Tetons, and that's a 7-day period, though. In Colorado, quite a range of totals. A lot of it is across the western slope. And that's what you tend to see with this type of setup. The front range peaks tend to get less. Unless you get a big upslope storm, you're just not going to see it. But the western slope will do well. About a foot for the Wasatch, a couple of feet or more for the Pacific Northwest and BC. That's where a lot of that moisture is just going to nail that area. Interior BC does well. And I'm putting a little bit more on here for Banff and Lake Louise and Sunshine Village than I did yesterday, looking at potentially 4 to 8. I think there'll be some spillover here. So that's something to look forward to, 11:30 through 12/6. That'll be our active period, and I'll keep an eye on it. Guys, thanks for tuning in here. Always appreciate it, and take care.